Welcome to the deep dive. So forget all those best places to work lists you see every year.
Yeah, those are so broad.
Exactly. Today, we are focused on something much, much more specific. We're ranking the top 15 tech companies based only on their best-in-class health benefits.
And our goal is to really shortcut your way to understanding what makes a health plan genuinely superior right now. We're stripping away all the noise, the free lunch, the office culture,
All of that.
and isolating what protects your physical, mental, and your long-term financial health.
Okay, so before we jump into the countdown, what were the rules? What were the three sort of non-negotiable criteria we used to define a true leader here?
We zeroed in on three main points. First, and this is the big one, aggressive financial protection.
Okay, what does that mean in practice?
It means the company is actively shielding you from costs. We're talking extremely low, or in some cases, $0 premiums,
Yeah.
massive subsidies.
Got it. Cost absorption. What's number two?
Second is total life integration. So the benefits have to cover specialized, often really expensive, things related to big life events. Think fertility assistance, adoption, serious parental leave.
And the third one is the one that really feels like a modern shift, isn't it?
Absolutely. The third criterion is treating flexibility and structural support as a wellness tool.
So things like unlimited vacation time.
Exactly. We're looking at policies like unlimited PTO or sabbaticals not as perks, but as essential tools for preventing burnout. If the company's structure protects your well-being, we count that as a core health benefit.
Excellent. That gives us our framework.
Ah,
So let's do it. We are starting our journey at position 15 and counting down to number 1.
let's get into it.
We're beginning with what we're calling the initial tier. These are companies that, they always rank highly on the broader lists,
Oh, yeah, top 10, top 5 sometimes.
but there's specific medical benefits.
Mhm.
They either lack that aggressive financial shield we just talked about, or the details just aren't really documented.
They're great places to work, no doubt.
Yeah.
But the transparency or just the sheer value of their specialized medical plans didn't meet the standards set by the leaders.
Okay, so starting us off at position 15, we have ASML.
Right. ASML has a high overall ranking globally, but when you really try to drill down into the medical benefit plans, the cost structure, the specialized care, those quantifiable specifics just weren't there in the sources.
And it's a similar story for position 14, MathWorks, right?
Very similar. They're consistently high ranked, often number 3 on Glassdoor overall, which is amazing. But that ranking seems to be driven by culture and compensation because the granular details on their medical benefits aren't as strong as others.
This pattern seems to continue at position 13 with Autodesk.
Yep. High-ranking competitive plans, but the focus you read about is always their people-first culture. It sort of overshadows the fine print of the actual medical plan.
And at position 12, SailPoint Technologies.
Same story, great culture, but again, the documentation of their specific medical benefits, it just lacks the detail we're looking for.
Okay, so at position 11, we've got Salesforce. They're always on these lists, a really well-known name.
Right, Glassdoor ranks 6. And they're sort of transitioning us out of this tier. They're known for excellent benefits and investing in professional growth. It contributes a lot to satisfaction, even if the medical plan itself isn't, the absolute strongest thing they offer.
And then things start to get a little more concrete.
Finally, yeah. At position 10, we have Pipedrive. And they're here because they actually provide some specifics. They offer medical insurance, comprehensive health benefits, and a specific health days policy.
Which is interesting. It formally recognizes that you need time off that is explicitly for your health.
Exactly. And closing out this tier at position 9, Motorola Solutions, they get noted for good benefits paired with flexible work schedules, which is a nod toward our third criterion.
Flexibility is wellness.
Right, even if the financial shielding isn't quite top tier.
That brings us to our first real break in the analysis. We are now entering part 2, the mid-range movers, so positions 8 through 6.
And this is where the shift happens.
How so?
Well, these companies are moving away from just general perks and are starting to integrate highly specialized coverage and what we call those structural health benefits. They're being preventative, not just reactive.
Let's start with a company that might surprise people at position 8, NVIDIA.
I think this one will shock some people.
I mean, they're often ranked number 1 in the overall Glassdoor rankings. If they're the best place to work, why are they only number 8 on our specialized health benefits list?
It's because our criteria is, well, it's ruthless in isolating just health and financial protection. NVIDIA absolutely has top-tier compensation. But their inclusion here at number 8 is largely because of one key documented component, fertility assistance.
Ah, so that specific coverage is a huge deal.
It's a massive indicator of that total life integration we talked about. It pulls them way above that initial tier. But as you'll see, the companies above them just absorb even more of the financial cost.
That distinction is crystal clear. Okay, moving to position 7, we have Alchemy Technology. Their focus seems to be on digital wellness.
Very much so. They offer free access to Calm for mental health and, crucially, free access to Hinge Health.
Hinge Health, what is that exactly?
Hinge Health addresses musculoskeletal care, or MSK. So think chronic back and joint pain. Alchemy is providing specialized preventative coverage using digital tools to manage really common, really costly issues like anxiety and back pain before they require expensive interventions.
Like surgery or physical therapy.
Right. It's just a smarter, more modern integration.
And at position 6, we find Adobe. The big factor here seems to be structural flexibility. Unlimited PTO.
Unlimited vacation time.
Now, I have to say, the cynic in me always wonders if people actually take less vacation when it's unlimited.
That's a totally fair challenge, and the source material does acknowledge that risk. However, the analysis here confirms that Adobe explicitly frames this policy as an essential structural benefit for mental health and burnout prevention.
It's about the intention.
It's about empowering the employee. Structurally, you are giving them complete control over their rest and recovery. If you can take time off when you need it without some bureaucratic restriction, that is a profound tool for mental well-being.
So the critical insight is that your vacation policy is now officially a core health tool.
It's designed to prevent a catastrophic breakdown. That's the idea.
Okay, we are now getting into the really heavy hitters. We're transitioning into the elite tier, the top 5.
This is where things get wild.
These are the companies that are absorbing staggering costs and offering, truly life-altering benefits.
This is where financial protection and total life integration just hit their absolute peak. These companies get that health coverage has to go way beyond a trip to the emergency room.
At position 5, we have Uber. Their focus seems to be on long-term well-being and retention.
For sure. They provide 18 weeks of paid parental leave, health and wellness stipends, and then the real crown jewel for long-term health, a fully paid 1-month sabbatical.
A full month.
After only 5 years of service, that sabbatical is a massive differentiator. It's a forced renewal. It signals that your long-term health is an investment the company is willing to make.
So if Uber is about the long term, Netflix at position 4 seems to be about the immediate life-altering event of starting a family.
That's the perfect way to put it. They don't just have unlimited vacation time, they also offer unlimited parental leave during a child's entire first year of life.
That is a radical policy.
It is. Think about the societal and financial stress that just removes. That first year is universally the most demanding, stressful, sleep-deprived period for new parents.
Oh, absolutely.
By offering unlimited paid time off during that window, Netflix is essentially eliminating the stress of childcare and recovery. It's an aggressive commitment to family stability as a health measure.
Which brings us to position 3, Google.
Another giant.
They offer comprehensive coverage for fertility, mental health, 18 weeks of parental leave, all market-leading stuff. But what puts them in the top 3 is one profoundly unique financial shield.
Yes. The benefit that defines Google's leadership here is its unique death benefit policy.
So explain what that looks like, because it's so much more than a standard life insurance policy.
It's not even comparable. Standard life insurance is, a lump sum, maybe 3 or 5 times your salary. Google's approach is a guaranteed income stream for the surviving family.
What's income stream?
It guarantees that the deceased employee's spouse or partner receives 50% of that employee's salary for a decade.
50% of their salary for 10 years. That is profound long-term stability.
Exactly. And on top of that, they cover full tuition for any of the children. It's this incredible long-term financial safety net designed to absorb a catastrophe.
Now for the final 2, the companies that are just setting the absolute highest standard for absorbing costs. At position 2, we have Oracle.
This is the quantifiable benchmark.
What are the hard numbers here?
The primary financial detail is a verifiable 80% cost subsidy on health benefits. That's a real number an employee can measure against the national average.
An 80% subsidy.
But they also score incredibly high on other markers.
Such as?
First, immediate access. Benefits start on day 1, your date of hire. There is no waiting period, which is a huge stressor for any new employee. Second, they give you annual contributions to your HSA, your health savings account. And third, they provide explicit, comprehensive coverage for gender affirmation services.
That commitment to complex, specialized, and often expensive medical needs. That shows a really deep level of life integration.
It does, and that immediate benefit access is huge. No 3-month gap in coverage means you're not exposed.
Okay, we have counted down to the very top. The champion, the company that provides the highest documented standard for aggressive financial protection in this entire ranking.
The standard setter.
At position 1, it is Microsoft.
And Microsoft's defining trait is that they have basically eliminated the #1 financial friction point in healthcare for employees.
How?
Well, employees consider it free healthcare, which is basically shorthand for a zero-premium health plan.
A $0 premium plan. That is the ultimate financial shield.
It fundamentally changes your monthly cash flow. I mean, you are insulated from the single largest recurring healthcare expense. That's hundreds, maybe thousands of dollars saved every single month. It's a direct salary boost disguised as a benefit.
And they don't stop there, do they? What else pushes them to the absolute top?
They hit all the other criteria aggressively. Subsidies for gyms and fitness, unlimited paid leave or DTO, discretionary time off, and comprehensive fertility benefits.
So they combine that maximum financial shield of a $0 premium with maximum flexibility and specialized life integration.
They check every single box. It's the current industry standard.
So let's just synthesize what we've learned from this elite tier. What does a company actually have to do to be considered best in class right now?
At the end of the day, leadership is defined by a company's willingness to absorb costs and structure its benefits to handle life's biggest demands. And on the financial side, we saw two different but equally aggressive forms of protection at the top.
Right, you had Microsoft's zero premium model versus Oracle's verifiable 80% subsidy.
Exactly. Both models are dramatically shielding employees. They're keeping contributions so far below the projected 2025 national average for family coverage, which is almost $7,000.
Wow.
When you're looking at a $0 premium, the value is just exponential.
And we also learned that immediate access is now a key feature of excellence. Oracle's policy, with benefits starting on day 1, that mitigates that common, really stressful waiting period.
And beyond the cost, we have to remember the structural benefits. The sources show that the top companies treat these life integration benefits. Unlimited parental leave at Netflix, the sabbatical at Uber, Google's decade-long death benefit, not as perks. They're essential tools for financial and emotional longevity. They are literally covering your future and your family's stability.
So we've traveled from companies with high satisfaction but low documentation like ASML, all the way to maximum quantifiable protection and flexibility at Microsoft. This deep dive really reveals that the true leaders are just the ones willing to spend heavily to shield their employees from financial ruin and personal burnout.
And that leads us to our final provocative thought for you to consider. The best benefits are the ones that cover the things you hope you never ever need, but that allow you to live your life without constant financial anxiety over those major life events.
So when you look at your own benefits package, don't just focus on the deductible or the copay. Consider this. Does your plan provide structural flexibility, a sabbatical, or the kind of long-term financial stability to absorb a major life event, like Google's death benefit? What essential aspect of life integration is missing from your current coverage that the elite tech companies are now providing? We'll catch you on the next deep dive.